everyone, and welcome to RPG Night with Sass Vol.2. My name is Peach Quiche. I'll be playing Marasi as per usual. We already did a recap kind of behind the scenes, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Everyone is muted in here, apparently. Okay. The quiet Discord approaches. Hello?
Hey.
There are people.
Quiet Discord,
Hello.
engage! I mean, hi.
Sure. Okay.
Alright, so, we've got some things to discuss. We've already went over the recap. By the way, let's welcome back Earbud to the party. Octaya's back with the group. Yay!
Woot woot. Woo!
Actually, Philnon has not technically met Octaya yet,
Which is
so
gonna be
that's
funny.
gonna be good. Technically yes, technically no. So we're gonna say technically no. Actually, wait. Philnon hasn't been on the ship yet, so actually no. Philnon has not met
Yeah.
Octaya yet at
Nope.
all.
I did board the ship at the end of the last session.
Yes, but you haven't met Octaya yet. That's the important part.
Oh, well, I have. I asked
Yeah,
Octaya.
No, you haven't, because you will hear in just a moment.
I definitely have.
Octaya?
Are we talking about the player or the character?
Both.
Yeah, I spoke to her at the end of the session, asked her if I could join the crew.
Oh, right. Because I pretty much said, do your gerb and maybe. Pretty much gave a non-committal answer so Earbud could handle that later. Which I'm glad. Yeah. Basically, I gave a do your job and maybe I won't throw you overboard type of answer, so you can handle that. Yeah.
Also, I apologize for the mic noise. I have a cat in my lap again. Guest
Ah, yes, streamer.
Hello.
She requires to rub her nose on my microphone stand, which means that it moves and makes noise.
Listen, it's okay. I don't have headphones right now, so I'm push to talk, and I'm sorry if anything is leaking through.
Now,
Oh,
good?
you're fine. You're fine. Hey, let's get some happy music going right now, as we no longer have to have that ominous music anymore.
Liz, I'm just waiting for you to play Darude Sand.
That's only for the fireplane. When we go to the fireplane, we get to
Eurovision
Rude
this year.
Sandstorm.
Wow, making commitments for me without allowing me to make commitments. Cool story, bro.
There's something I could say to that.
Moving on. Let's see. Yes, so everybody is on the ship. Everybody's on the ship. And, things are okay, kind of, except for the fact that, Aeon has been, poofed. That would be for you, Magnus. Ned is maybe dead. Maybe checking out the new tiling. It's a very spacious room. There's a lot of tile to check. Needs up close inspection or something like that. Apparently, Aeon was intruding on an inspection session or something. I don't know.
Sure. Magnus told us what he saw, didn't he?
I would.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I would assume so. Pretty much, the Aeon got found out and got poofed.
Magnus, where was Ned?
I point to where I sent Aeon.
That would be in the Mages College.
Yeah, but specifically which room, which floor?
Isn't it visible from the ground?
The Mages College itself? Outside of it is.
Big building.
It's a very tall tower.
Maybe I'm not being clear. I thought that Aeon went to a room that had a window. I flew in the window, or at least Aeon did, saw Ned laying on the ground, and then poof!
No, not in that. Yes, in that order, but there's a couple of things missing in between because we were moving for time purposes. So yeah, Aeon did go through a window, was
Yes.
looking around, was checking things inside, happened upon a particular lab,
Mm-hmm.
or I should say, not so much a lab as much as perhaps a room of learning, a classroom
Okay.
type of environment, type of lab.
Found Chemistry 101.
Yeah, let's go with that. Sure, Chemistry 101, with Ned on the ground inspecting tile, and inspecting it very closely, I might add.
Can I direct him to that room?
Considering that would be a room that you've seen Ned in before, you could very quickly guide the party to that room.
And I shall do so.
Good news, everybody! The ominous music returns.
Ah,
Is Magnus leading, or are you giving us some verbal directions?
I'll lead.
I follow.
I'll follow wherever we're going. Where are we going?
I look back and yell at the ship. Remy, you're spent, stay there. Valdir, Crucis, we also stay aboard.
Yeah, Voldir and Croesus are staying on board the ship right now.
And also, Remy, you're spent, stay aboard as well. And then start marching or running back to the town towards the tower.
Okay, so you run back towards the tower. I'm assuming you're running to the room that Ned was in. Is that correct?
Yes.
Magnus is leading, so.
This seems reasonable, as Magnus leads you to to that classroom area that he saw Ned in. But Ned is not there.
Can I make an investigation check, see if I see any evidence of where he's been taken, like any sort of drag marks or anything?
Investigation check.
From how many?
Anyone who wants to roll it. Magnus, you roll an advantage based on familiarity.
Understood.
Should have gone with Phil then?
Morossi is distracted by the lack of Wimtoss's shoes.
I know, come back.
17 from Magnus, okay. Octaya, you can also roll investigation.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. You'll roll it normal.
I have acquired chuckle shrooms.
Magnus. And GFJ. That will be filled on. Both of you recognize that there is a small, very, very tiny kind of skid mark on the floor, perhaps where a boot was dragged, perhaps picking up Ned.
Can I see which direction it's going?
There's only one door in, one door out.
Well, can I follow it out the doorway?
There's also a window over there, but that window is, by the way, for point of reference, that window that is over there, Magnus, is not facing the dock. It's facing the other direction. It's facing towards the mountains.
Which way is the big trail going towards the door?
Philnon would not be able to tell. Magnus would be able to tell. Yeah, it gets darker as you're heading towards the door. So you'd probably be able to tell he was picked up in the direction of a door, and it's a small skid mark. It's like maybe 3 inches worth of a skid mark, 2-3 inches. So whoever picked him up, he wasn't dragging him for long. Perhaps just kind of a little bit to pick him up, and that was it.
Any more clues? Like afterwards? Hey, Croesus.
Philnon, you don't have the ability to cast magic. Magnus does. Magnus, Arcana check, follow up.
Oh boy!
Get in the barrel, roll yourself.
Please be something decent. Hey,
Nice.
look, it's something
Is-
decent.
Hey, you know what? It's not just decent, it's good. And because of your good roll, you know there's a lingering feeling in the air. One of recency. Recent magic was cast here. And it feels
Do I
like
know the
this.
type? Like the school of magic.
I will give you one better. You can tell that whoever was here didn't walk out that door.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, I think you can put 2 and 2 together from there.
They disintegrated themselves?
They probably what probably happened was one of them grew wings and flew towards the sun. You don't know.
Okay, they're Icarus. Okay, that's the bad guy's name. Fantastic.
But seriously, teleportation. It is teleportation magic. You can tell because the party's been teleporting enough to where Magnus, you can kind of tell. Yeah, if it looks like a teleportation spell, if it feels like a teleportation spell, if it tastes like a teleportation spell, it's probably a teleportation spell.
Magnus, are you licking
I
the
think
floors again?
teleportation has more of a distinct smell than taste, but
Well, taste involves smell technically, so
Well,
you're
sure,
partially
but-
right. You can smell it too. Okay, you can
I'm
smell
not
it
gonna
too.
lick
It
the
smells
floor.
like it
The last time
smells
we
like
licked something, that was a bad idea.
This is fair. I will concede that point. I, in particular,
See, I have
will
support
concede
with
that
this
point.
claim.
no further comment is needed. Moving on.
Yeah.
Because I may as well give the F work a tap.
You tap the F work. Nothing happens other than a distinct F tone coming from the fork.
Okay. Is there anyone else about outside in the corridor?
I'm sorry. Say again.
Is there anyone else outside about in the corridor or anything?
You look around. People seem to be minding their own business. Kind of maybe a couple students. Looks like a professor in the hallway. Other than that, no, not really. It's just looks like business is normal.
Hey, did anyone see who went into this room? Did anyone else go into this room? Did you see anyone? I just yell out generally into the corridor.
Yeah, one of the students kind of shrugs. I thought Ned was in there. Doesn't he have a
Anyone
class in a
else?
few minutes?
Has anyone else?
Just kind of get shrugged shoulders the rest of the way. A few students start to pop in to the room, looking like they're going to start taking a seat as if they're expecting a class to start.
I don't know what to do.
Thing is, none of them seem to have seen Aeon either.
Hang on a minute. Outside
Magnus
character.
would know exactly what's going on with Aeon, by the way. Go ahead.
We're standing
Sure.
outside of a closed door that Ned supposedly went into that he may have a class in. Is that what we're looking at?
What you're looking at, OOC, is the one of the students that was walking down the hallway that's not in that class.
Right.
Basically shrugged his shoulders and went, I don't know. I thought isn't he supposed to have a class in there or something?
Okay.
The other ones kind of shrugged their shoulders. Then a few minutes later, students started to populate the room as if expecting a class.
Okay.
Kind of just taking their seat, comparing notes, generally milling about.
Well, if
I
we
should
don't,
probably tell someone.
Can I say something to the group of students?
I'm not going to stop you.
Students, class is cancelled for today. Go on about your business.
I'd like to stop him and say, before I go, and then I look toward see if we can see a class register. I'd like to take a roll call.
Who's saying that, Philonon?
Yeah. Is there any sort of like a list of student list anywhere?
Okay, let's do this. Let's do a deception check from both of you. A combined score.
I'm not lying about anything.
Class is canceled, but you're hiding something.
Nice.
13 from Philonon. That's a good start. 16
I have
from
a plus 9. Why wasn't it?
Combined score 29.
Rolled poorly.
Good news.
Can we talk about how he got 13 with -2 mod? That's pretty nice.
I know.
Yeah, it's a natural 15. That's good. That'll pass. Nobody seems to be any the wiser that you're trying to hide something from them. And you take roll. Of course, you take down the names. By the way, I hope you have parchment on you, right?
I have a book, yeah. Although, is there like a list of class members anywhere?
Not a damn bit.
I have paper.
You have paper. Okay, yeah, Magnus, burn one sheet of parchment and one inkwell to take down the names. There's about 20 names in here.
Do any of them sound like any of the mysterious voices we've been hearing?
Why don't you roll an investigation check on that?
Okay. It shouldn't be too hard, but...
No, I'm sorry. Let me correct myself. No, actually, yeah. Investigation is correct. Yeah, investigation. Yeah, not with that roll. You don't know. You're just trying to keep up your story, man. I mean, class is canceled. Ferris Bueller's Day Off commences.
No, he skipped class, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Except it's a whole classroom full of Ferris Bueller's Day Off now. It's the sequel to the sequel.
I'd like to ask, who's missing?
You're
Hi,
asking
Remy.
who's missing?
Yeah.
Filled on based on that comment. Hang on. Damn it, I rolled a 14. Okay. Wait, you rolled a 13.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute, don't you have a class roll or something?
Me? Or what?
Aye. Don't you have a class roll?
I'm a substitute. Yeah, it's a bit disorganized here. I can't find it. Does anyone know where it might be kept?
What are you looking for?
Register the students.
You're taking roll and don't even have the class roll.
You know what admin can be like sometimes.
You can start to see several X's appearing over several of the students' heads.
Sorry, X's appearing over their heads?
Uh-huh.
Should I take that literally?
You should take that figuratively. Unless you would like for minor illusions to happen.
I mean, I expect that from a wizard school.
Can I ask out of character how good the admin procedures are in this place?
You would have no idea considering that you've never been here before.
How about me?
You would know, Magnus, potentially.
Oh,
fucking-
joyous day. Can I follow the admin procedure?
Give me a history check, if you would, please.
Oh boy, my favorite. It's almost like
And
I
I
have
think
the
you get-
researcher background.
And also, on top of that, you have the book.
Yeah.
You remember the book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get more advantages on top of advantages.
Oh boy. How many advantages is that?
All the advantages. I mean, hi. If I remember correctly, you roll on that book. It was roll. Oh gosh, it's been a while since we pulled this book out.
Yeah, a little bit.
If I remember correctly, you have a. You'll roll advantage on your history roll. Technically, it's an. Yeah, just roll advantage. Let's just do that. Let's just roll advantage.
Okay. Wait, where's that thing? Yeah, whatever. History check.
History check. 19. Yeah, you needed it.
Yeah, I did.
Good news. Takes you a moment. It's like, oh, wait a minute. I know exactly where they keep the roll. Take a moment, shuffle through papers. You found it. There are precisely 22 people on the roll.
Mm-hmm.
That means that 2 people are missing. And at that particular moment, somebody walks in the door. Oh, this part of it. Cocked. Cocked again. Hang on. Try again. Oh, that's a fun number.
Yeah, it's a 6. 6 for me.
How did you know? I rolled a 6.
Well, you see, Sonya, I'm a wizard.
Wow.
Oh my god, I actually rolled a 6 on you.
Liz, make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm going to make a perception check. Get rid of your damn scrying is what I'm gonna do.
I
Okay.
have eyes in the walls, Lasagna.
Kill your
My
eyes.
directions.
Going to murder your eyes. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Oh yeah. This student does not. This student looks rather different from the others, shall we say?
In what way?
His skin is purple.
Cool.
Oh,
I was going to comment.
Does that look
Wait.
normal for his...
Wait a minute.
How about an Arcana check, please?
can we stop
Do I
this?
know what
A
race
minute?
he is? Wait
I've got a strong guess.
second. Humans aren't purple.
Why don't you roll an Arcana
Oh
check?
Okay.
16.
Yeah.
Magnus,
Yeah.
congratulations, you found the sorcerer in the room.
Wow.
Let's just say that the sorcerer doesn't quite have full control over his magical faculties just yet. Let's leave it at that.
Oh, that poor
Oh
wild mage.
boy.
This
Well,
sorcerer
I know
uses
the
wild
procedure.
magic!
I know the procedure for dealing with people who don't know how to control themselves. They go to quarantine.
Don't you fucking dare. Not another one.
Wait, are you legit sending him to
No,
quarantine?
of course I'm not. I'm not an
Okay.
asshole. Sometimes.
Yeah, Ned.
Ned is not an asshole.
He sent me to quarantine. That makes him an asshole.
He saved your life.
Also that.
And then he was dumb enough to go and get himself kidnapped.
See, I would have been safe if I wasn't in quarantine. It was
Did you
quarantine
say
that's got me
that-
killed.
Did you say saving your life makes him an asshole as well? Because
No.
I see. I'm sorry, I was
Just-
confused by the syntax there.
All I'm going to say is just because you're paranoid doesn't mean that somebody's not out to get you.
Exactly.
Marasi knows this quite well.
Intentions pay the road to hell.
Hey, good news. Your characters might go to hell at some point. I mean, hi.
Joy. Alright, so what are we doing?
That's a good question. What is?
Well, I've noticed the purple person.
Yes, that's 21 on your roll, by the way. One person is absent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I infer?
You already know the 20 names that are there. You can ask for his name, who is tardy and purple.
Okay.
And that'll give you 21, and you'll know exactly who it is that's absent.
So wait, what? Am I rolling again, or?
No. You don't need to roll. I'm letting the previous roll ride through.
Yeah, okay, can I do the thing?
What thing do you want to do?
I don't know, I confused myself.
Ask the person who entered for their name.
Thank you!
Yes, you do that. Yeah, you do that. He gives his name. You're missing one person on the roll. Like there's 22 on the roll. There's 21 people present.
Yes, I knew
You
this.
also hear some. You hear some kind of laughing and snickering, kind of like whispering, kind of looking. Look at the purple boy over there.
Can I look over at the roll and see if the what classes is written at the top?
Say that again.
Can I cover the class roll and see if it lists what the name of the class is at the top? Like what subject this is?
Yeah, wouldn't you know? It's Alchemy 101.
I thought it was a
What were the
necromancer.
kids laughing about?
He is a
Can I walk over
necromancer.
to-
He also teaches alchemy. Is there a problem here, sir?
Yeah, I was a
So-
transmutation wizard
Alchemy.
who did alchemy
Yeah,
on
who's
people's
to say?
bodies, but
Who's to say he doesn't have a minor in alchemy? How dare you stereotype him into only dead things? How dare you, sir? That is just
Can I walk
Wow.
over to purple person?
such judgmental party members here today.
What? No, no.
Yes, you walk over to the purple
judgmental.
person. Who
I introduce myself.
You introduce yourself to the purple person.
Yes. I ask, why are you purple?
So rude.
He hides his face in shame behind a book. By the way, you can tell he is wearing full clothes, gloves, boots, everything he possibly can to cover his skin. Also, he might be wearing a scarf. It is not cold in this room.
These must be very uncomfortable. Oh, no, fine, it's fine. Hey, though, what?
Magnus. Find out if it's alchemical or magical. I'm curious.
It's fine, it's fine. You don't have to cover your face. Just... Dude,
Oh, by the way, are you the two of you are whispering this?
I'm
In
whispering
character?
'cause I
I'm
don't know
trying
what's
to-
going on.
I'm
Some
trying to
moment.
make him feel more comfortable.
Yes,
Like,
I'm realizing
I'm
that
just
this
being
is
very
curious.
loudly.
Hey,
why are you purple?
I'm just pointing out you're doing this in front of a classroom. Who's looking at you doing this?
Okay,
Which
so I
is
take him
probably-
to a corner
He
out
closes
of
the
line
book.
of sight of people.
He closes the book and walks right back out the door.
10 out of 10.
I follow
He
him
uses
out.
the book and
Oh, wait,
he
I
uses
thought
the
we were
book to cover his
outside the room.
face. No, you're inside the room. He's
Oh,
now
for fuck's
outside
sake,
the room.
I would have gone outside.
He was very clearly inside there.
I mean, I was gonna attempt to help. I'm gonna try
Why
and find the
are
blue
you
person.
purple? Sparked this roll, by the way.
I wanna I
Yes, it
wanna
did.
chase after the blue person, purple person.
Well-
I think I can fix that. Okay.
But do you know his actual skin tone?
Huh? No, that's why I needed to know if it was magical or alchemical.
This is gonna be good. Okay, you follow him out the door. Okay.
I think I can fix that if that's something that's not supposed to be that way.
Walking intensifies.
You know, that's quite rude.
power walking intensifies.
Does he look like he's supposed to be purple?
You know what? With that kind of a question, I'm gonna need an insight check. It's a low DC. Not one. Not one. Aw.
You can always make him do it at disadvantage.
No, I'm not gonna do that. You know, you don't seem to recall any races that have a purple skin tone, at least not to your knowledge. Probably a safe bet that his skin shouldn't be purple.
Have you tried dispelling the magical effect? Fine, whatever.
He just kind of stops dead in his tracks, says nothing. He just kind of just stops.
You know, I'm an abjuration specialist.
I get to do a thing.
I wonder if he can't talk. I wonder if whatever fucked with him made him not be able to talk.
I'm about to do a thing. Hang on just a second as I get not 1 dice, but 2 dice.
Percentile?
Just
Probably 2d8s. He's probably about to chaos bolt me.
Nope. That's not what I pulled out.
Wow, magic!
I pulled out the dice that has 1 to 0, and I pulled out the dice that has 10 to 00.
Take
it.
Wow,
cover.
magic!
Magic intensifies. Let's have some fun with this, shall we?
Oh boy, here comes the Thaumaria.
Oh, that's an interesting roll. Did you just say Thaumaria? Because if
Yes,
you did,
of course I did.
Let's actually check the table, shall we? Where's my table? Where's my table? There's my table.
How dead is the classroom?
I just want to, before you say things, Bosa stayed in the room and did not chase out like the other two did.
You're right, but you know what? You know, if you want to hide someone, what do you want to do when you want to hide? What's the kind of reaction when you want to hide?
It's invisibility.
Petrie, invisibility, but what if you can't invisibility? What do you do? Do you
Teleport.
Turn into a potted plant.
Well, if you don't teleport, let's say if you don't have magics.
Oh, it's power.
You
Wait.
implant a cloak that makes you think you're invisible.
I am very
Yes,
invisible, thank you
precisely.
very much.
Hide behind an object?
And become.
A potted plant.
Sure, we'll go with that. Become a potted plant. You become small, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He becomes
Yeah.
small.
yeah. No, he's grown 1 size.
Oh dear.
Oh.
I rolled a 94.
Mhm.
And now he is less able to hide, and his head has just hit the ceiling, and now he kind of has to hunch over a little bit to stay under the ceiling.
I mean, I want to help this poor boy.
He is crying and running now.
As he runs away.
Uh-oh.
To
Is
see
that
if
a
I
level?
can Yes, this was a level 5 dispel magic. Fight me.
Totally a level 5, sure.
And if the effects are considered higher than level 5, I've got to roll.
Wait, you're casting a level 5 dispel
Yeah,
magic, is that
on
correct?
him.
Oh, no, they're not. No, you dispel it.
Come to class and stop touching your magic. And I go back in the room.
Wow. Awkward.
So we can't have nice things.
Awkward.
I just walk in and I find the closest area between like whatever's equal distance between like Marasi and Croesus and sit down in that area if there's room. And just like, okay, it's fine. I can sleep here now.
Awkward. Don't touch your magic is now. Boy. Okay, we're moving on from that, shall we?
Just like smacking him as if he was reaching over to touch the steering wheel. No, don't do that.
I don't understand why his magic's so fucked up. That's why I'm just like, no, stop, bad.
Can I ask roughly how old this kid is?
Maybe a teenager.
Right. Okay.
He's having a bad day. If you couldn't tell.
Canola.
Oh man, how much it would suck to have to deal with puberty and wild magic surges. Let's just talk about that.
Yeah, it
This
was
would
awful.
make for a fantastic
Don't-
campaign in itself. A bunch
Don't-
of players being teenagers with wild magic.
Don't make the obvious joke. We're moving on.
Alright then.
Don't make the
Magical
obvious-
acne.
Poor bastard.
Actually, that would be something.
It's
Anyway.
flowers. It's just tiny flowers.
And on that note, you've already scared the kid enough.
Okay, so I go up to Magnus and I whisper in his ear. You think we should find another member of staff and tell them what's happened? Maybe council members.
Maybe. They might also. I don't know.
Might also.
Well, he's not here though. Ned is gone. I don't really have a way of tracking him. Does anybody else?
No.
You know, if I hadn't burnt all of my magic attempting to stop the tower from being exploded, I might have been able to look into that.
By the way, where'd Aeon go?
You would know already, Magnus, that
Well-
that
Yeah.
like in character,
Not
you would
here.
already know.
Yes, not here.
No, I mean you would already know that you could tell that it was basically a banishment spell when it happened. Like it was pretty obvious.
Yes.
I'm just curious because
So-
banishment lasts for a minute.
I mean, it's permanent if they're not native to the plane after that minute, but the thing is
Bingo.
it's also
Yeah.
a familiar, which means he could just be like, come back.
Exactly. That's the point. Yeah, that's the point.
Does it need the full summoning again, or is it just snap fingers? Hey, come on back. Because
Considering that there was, she didn't die, but she was banished. I'm going to. Didn't die, but technically banished. I'm going to say. I'm gonna rule at a reduced rate to bring him back. To bring her back. Let's
I
see.
mean, if it helps, technically when he dismisses Aeon, he's banishing Aeon back to her.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna say that basically you still have to resummon. Like that's gonna have to happen.
Yeah.
You can't just snap your fingers and she's back. That's not a possibility. I'm gonna say that you can resummon Aeon. I'm assuming you've been doing so as a ritual, is that correct?
Yeah.
In the past? Yeah, I'm gonna say that you can do it at the normal cast speed without the ritual to bring her back.
Okay, so next time I have an hour, I will do that.
Okay. All right. So what's the party doing?
Dear said we need to get out here. I suggest we do that.
We should probably tell someone that Ned's disappeared.
I wonder what that... Oh, okay. That's cool. Boring, but cool.
Is there a professor's lounge on this floor?
Down the hall to your left.
Okay. Can I walk to the professor's lounge?
Sure.
You're
I
not
walk
a
down the
professor.
hall and to the left.
You open the door. It is a lounge.
Is there
There are
anyone
professors in there.
inside?
It
Okay.
is a professor's lounge.
Can I
they
say
loud?
something to the professors?
Sure.
Okay. Ned isn't in his class. Are any of you available to take over for him?
That isn't... has he gone off on one of those expeditions again?
Probably.
Right. Are the students still in there?
Yeah, they are.
Great. You got roll or something? I'll take care of it.
Yeah, they mostly count for. Just one of them is purple. Or was that fixed?
That was fixed. You saw that getting fixed, but
Never mind.
They
I
ran.
scratched that.
They ran off into another room and locked the door.
I mean, that's cute. But I fixed their problem for now.
They still ran away.
They still ran away.
All but one accounted for. They seem to be having a bit of a magic issue.
Him again. Okay, well that just it is what it is. Do you know where? Did you know where he ran off to this time?
No, but one of my colleagues probably does.
Right. Give me the roll. I'll take care of it.
Yep, sure. And I hand him the piece of paper that I.
Yep. He takes roll, looks it over. Great. Most of them are there. All right. Right. Okay. Thanks. I'll take care of it. And he kind of just walks off and.
Before he leaves, can I toss him a silver for, like so he can get himself like a tea or something? Sorry for the inconvenience, mostly.
You toss him a silver. He looks at it. Kind of gives you a puzzling look.
Look, I
Like-
took you away from your coffee. I don't want to.
And he looks like he's thinking for a moment. And he just kind of shrugs his shoulders and walks off.
I want to be a nice person.
I wanna be a rich boy.
Okay. Yeah, and he seems to be heading in the direction of the classroom.
Well, my job is done.
I mean, the rest
Yeah.
of us are still in the classroom, so you should probably fit.
Yep, I go back to the classroom.
You hear that same professor opening a door, and like he's kind of jostling with the door, and he unlocks it, and you just hear him just utter the phrase, "Good God, what have you done?"
Oh no.
I walk faster.
You walk faster where?
To the room!
To the room. You see that the professor that you gave the roll to has opened the door in which the kid had locked himself in originally.
Mm.
The kid now sports a long beard made of peacock feathers.
Excellent.
You see, that would be one that I wouldn't want to dispel.
I don't know about that. Peacock feathers are itchy.
They are, but they're
You know-
snorty.
You know, it's funny you should mention that as he kind of recoils a little bit as if he's about to sneeze.
I go back to the
Back away.
classroom.
Back away.
Which everybody backs away, and just you hear the loudest sneeze in which feathers spew from the room. And it makes that exact noise as it hits the outer wall. And that's a boring roll. We're moving on. That's 2 of them. Oh well.
You were rolling for fireballs, weren't you?
No. I was rolling for fun stuff like the beard.
Sure.
And growth. Growth is fun when your skin is purple. Also would have loved to roll an 83 or 84 because that's fun times. You know that. That's fun times. No, but seriously. All right, so what are we doing, party? As the shenanigans are now over.
Can I make a history check to see if said kid is related to Violet Beauregard?
I see what you did there. Roll, you smartass.
I should actually probably roll this out of character.
Not a damn bit.
Finland wonders himself who exactly is Violet Beauregard. And he has a sudden desire for chocolate.
What is this snoring from Remy?
Time to make tracks.
That's what Remy's doing. He told them to wake him up when it was time for us to leave.
Oh. Yes, well, Remy would be sound asleep right now, considering the party is interested in shenanigans.
I prod Remy with my staff.
Remy's...
With my quarter staff.
Yeah.
I wake him up.
Is it time to go?
You have the
Well,
blunt
for
end
me
of
it
a...
is.
You have the blunt end of a quarter staff in your cheek, Remy.
I wasn't gonna poke him in the cheek, jeez.
Where are you poking him, then?
That's pretty normal.
In the ribs!
In the ribs. Even worse. Roll to hit. I'm actually curious to see what happens.
Really?
No, I'm rolling a d20 on this, just for shits and giggles.
If you
Roll
get that
d20.
one, you
Okay,
poke him
I'll
in
roll
the eye.
d20. Here.
10. No, nothing exciting happens. You're fine. Moving on.
As you go to poke me anywhere but the face, my abjuration ward, which has been up since the fire rocks, it just kind of grates across that. I'm like, huh? What?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
So nails on chalkboard. Oh god.
Wait, what are you sleeping on?
On the floor, I think.
Remy?
I give Remy a hand up.
Let's we ready to go? We going somewhere? Have we found Mr. Ned? Have we found Papa?
At that moment, you hear a scream in the room where the kid was in. Just a small scream,
I go that way.
and what here appears to be a thud.
I run
go
over there.
that
And
way
a unicorn
faster?
walks out of the room, just kind of looks around, just kind of snorts, and just kind of goes about his business.
I
I
say,
think-
hey, Mr. Unicorn and Celestial.
It looks at you, kind of shakes its head at its mane.
Do you want... Pulls out some dry tack. You want some dry tack?
What? What are you pulling out?
Dry tack, you know rations, like dry tack,
Oh.
bread.
Oh,
You want some dry tack?
unicorn just
wanna
kind of
pet you.
unicorn just kind of snorts and looks at you, kind of giving you a look. cautiously taking a couple of trots forward, looking at it, sniffs at it,
That's when I go for the pet.
pulls back, looks
Son
at
of a
you,
bitch.
snorts, and it looks at the ration. It's looking at it. It's like sniffs at it again, and starts eating it.
I pet.
You pet it. Congratulations, you petted a unicorn.
Yes!
All of the wins, and it disappears as it finishes the ration.
And I walk back over to the group. That made my day. So what are we doing next? Have we figured anything else out about Papa?
No, not yet, other than he was teleported. Let's see. You got a small list of things to do. One of them is finding a private island and staying there forever.
I like this idea.
I second it.
I mean, we've had a long week. But we do have a thing to deliver. Much as I don't necessarily want to go.
You mean the elf thing? The package or letter that you were given?
Yeah. Do we have anything? Hang on. Wait a minute. Do we have anything from Ned?
No, not from Ned. No, the package is not from Ned.
No.
The
I'm
package.
talking about in general. I just had an idea.
Do you have anything from Ned? Like any item from Ned?
Yes.
Surely he gave me something at some point.
Trying to think. Did he give you anything? I don't think he did.
Even when any of the times he's hired us to do jobs?
Correction, you had a contract from him.
Haha.
Paper contract?
You still have a contract from him.
Sweet.
Mhm.
How important is finding Ned? Because if it's particularly important and the party really wants to do this, I'm gonna need 1,000 gold and I'm gonna need to look around some shops.
Looks at my tiny gold purse. Not sure how we're gonna help with that.
Looks somewhat
I mean-
presumably tinier.
Did Croesus pass out the gold yet from the last thing
No.
He did, yeah.
he
to the
didn't.
3 of us?
For the 4 of the 3.
I'm not including you because you keep your own payment. You wouldn't pass your own payment out.
Right, so no, because we were going to do that on the ship, but Ned got caught. Let me scroll
No.
up.
Didn't you pass the payment at the start of the meeting?
No, because
No, he
you
walked
guys
in and said he might, and then now brought it up, and now was like, no, later.
Let's see. Let me scroll that up. That was around 200-300 each, so probably not.
I'm pretty sure it's 337 pieces, but I don't think he counted Philnon in that, which
Yeah, because he didn't get paid. It was just the 4 of us. Madness,
not
Remy, Valdir, and me. So. Let's scroll back up. Let's see.
wait, does that also mean now is the only person that has access to how much money we had in the group loot?
Possibly. I don't think we even have that much.
I know we had at least 1,000 in gold in there at one point, maybe 1,500.
237 and 5 silver for each of us. So I just need 237.5. Well, not 0.5 because that's times 3, and then I subtract that from the rest of my money. And then I subtract 1.5 gold from my money. Yeah.
Well, that's because I do have a way of looking in on people. But the problem is it requires a really expensive object to be a focus for it.
Or
1,000 gold every time?
No, it's you buy it one time and it's yours.
And then that's minus 1 gold and minus 5 silver. And there we go.
As
Oh.
Croesus is still doing math.
okay, yeah,
I
I can
had
meet
a-
you there. No worries. That's a lot better than
Well,
having
I
to go
was-
all the way to Elven Lands.
What the hell?
Message. Our transport apparently is gonna be in Everwind, so we don't have to go quite as far.
The person you're taking the letter to?
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's gonna be in Everwind. Tomorrow?
So are you talking in character or is this real life?
Well, this is in character.
Okay.
Actually, I got a message from Falar, actually, saying that Heian's gonna be in Everwind tomorrow.
I don't know who that is, but cool.
Friends?
Are we sailing there?
Looks to Octaya. Is the boat okay from having been wherever you were?
We're not sinking.
Boat's fine then, right?
Yeah.
Actually, is he gonna be there for more than a day? Cause that's a bit of a journey.
You've made this journey before. It's gonna take you about a day to get there.
Cool. That means I can just sleep.
So I'm assuming that, let's see. Actually, I'm not going to assume anything. What is the party doing here?
Well, if we have a day to get there, and he's going to be there in the day.
We should probably leave.
Also, we don't have fuel for the airship.
Nope.
Ha ha ha!
Oh, wait.
Don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait. The thing.
We have a plan.
Metal Gear exclamation point. I forgot about this.
Oh God, Croesus is going to.
Croesus might want to consider what's about to happen here.
Fuel?
As
Level 9
suddenly,
Fuel.
just conjure elementals.
as suddenly, Magnus's ears perk up. You don't say.
So, also, if we can go in the air, we can probably make it in shorter time.
Potentially. You also don't know how long that fuel's going to last. How about? I mean, there's only
do.
one way to find out, right? You do?
Yeah, I asked you about conjure elemental, and you had me do the rolls for it.
All right, that's right.
It was
What did
an
I say?
hour per casting.
An hour per for which one did I say?
For an elemental, conjure
Yeah.
elemental summons at the greatest a CR5 elemental.
Right,
which is
and I
just
said
the
one.
base fire elemental, which
Right,
was 1
one
hour
for one.
per casting.
Yeah. So
That's why I was like, screw it, I'm gonna wait till I have more 5th level spell slots to do that because, well,
Well, what if we just rotate who casts?
because I didn't take it.
The fuck
I
do you
took
mean you
other
didn't
stuff
take
for
it?
us.
I have conjured minor elementals.
I have that too, but I think we need the big one.
Didn't you rule that if we summoned
The
a...
big solution.
3 of them equals one bigger one. So you get 20 minutes
we
per
could-
smaller one.
Interesting.
We might not be able to fly today, but what you guys can do is store it up for a little while. I think it was like a couple days we could store pre-summoned elementals in it.
I'm gonna rule that it's a week.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna rule a week because I want y'all to have the opportunity instead of a couple days where you can only have like basically just a couple hours worth of flight. I'm gonna say a week. Let y'all have more than just a couple hours of flight. It'll be like, oh hey, you might be able to store up half a day or a full day's worth of flight. to do that, so you can kind of plan it. Well, I'll throw you all a bone on this. Yeah, let's say a week you can store it. By the way, if you have not cast your 5th level spell yet,
I haven't.
you can change your 5th level spell that you took for the level. Once you cast it the first time, then
I mean, Octaya's a druid, so they change their spells every day.
Yeah.
right. But some of you are not.
Yeah, I think that's actually just me. And I mean, I'm done. My spells, I learn my spells at each level up, and if I find a scroll,
Okay.
it's about.
All right. So
I was gonna say, yeah, it doesn't matter. Conjure Elemental is one of my circle spells, so I just know it.
right. I'm not talking about you in this case, Octaya. I'm talking about to the others. Yeah, you're good. Okay. So party is now sailing to Everwind. Is that correct?
Yes. At least I think so.
Okay. Now, question: since we've had this whole discussion about fuel, is anyone actually casting Conjure Elemental at this time on the ship?
Can
No.
I- Oh.
No.
Oh, I'm not. Never mind.
Okay. I'm asking that question to see if I need to start a counter, basically.
Oh.
I mean, the best part is how many times can you cast that spell, Magnus? Twice?
Twice, and then I run out of all my magic for the day.
Wait, it's not. Is it an invocation or a warlock spell?
No, I have the spell conjure minor elementals.
Some invocations require a spell slot. Usually those are going to be it'll state if it does, and it'll state
no,
if it doesn't.
I do not have access to that invocation yet, but I have minor elementals. Not the full ones.
So it's a different one in this case.
Minor elementals.
Not
that
even an
means
invocation.
You could do it several times, just because of the fact that you could do it long rest or short rest. Do it short rest.
You know what? You are right.
Because you are a warlock and you get everything back at a short rest.
Okay, let's do some math. So, I cast it twice, and each casting takes how long? A minute. So negligible. I short rest for an hour. Spend 2 minutes, short rest for an hour. Not permanent flight. Okay. Lasagna, may I?
Yes. Yes, he is doing math on stream.
Begin.
The experimentation begin. So basically, more
Hold on.
tentacles, with or without the tentacles.
Well, you know, it does usually make it go faster.
Okay,
You know, having
so
extra arms in places.
you still have the tentacles downstairs in the bottom deck.
You're right!
I thought we threw that out.
No, you didn't. As I can hear Magnus's footsteps just like pitter pattering all the way down the stairs, like time for science.
Okay,
It's mostly rotting.
out of
It was
character.
sitting in a.
I have absolutely no idea how this spell works. I have never casted it.
Oh,
Okay.
cast the spell and
Hi
find out.
guys. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. I would like to introduce another component to this. Okay.
Nice.
Hi. Okay. So I can cast Conjure Elemental twice if we include a 2-hour short rest for me.
I mean, we're gonna be on the ship.
Right, exactly. So, if I cast the 5th level spell, okay, it'll last, what is it, an hour?
Short rest is 1 hour.
For an elf, even?
Short rest for anyone is 1 hour.
Excellent,
Long rest for an elf is the one that's different.
Yes, okay, very true. Okay, so, alright, so, 1 hour later, then I will be able to regain my 5th level spell slot because of natural recovery. Okay, so I'll be able to cast
Yes.
it twice in 3 hours. Twice in 2 hours.
You
But
would
I think
have.
I can only
What's
use
the cast
natural
time?
recovery once per long rest.
That's correct. Yes. Yeah. So
Magnus. Okay.
Yes.
Do you want me to start by casting Conjure Elemental? Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. I go into my short rest. Then you cast Minor Elemental. And I can help you cast Minor Elemental too, because I have 3 4th level spell slots, and I have that spell.
Okay.
And then after that runs out. No, I don't like that. What could. Okay, hold on. Okay. So
Okay.
I cast Conjure Elemental. Okay.
Yes.
Short rest. I cast
Short rest.
Conjure Elemental again. I go into a long rest, which is 4 hours for me. Okay. In the 4 hours that I'm asleep, you take care of the minor elementals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because for 1 hour of that, it'll be my elemental. So there will only be 3 hours that you'll need to keep it afloat, right?
Yep, and I can cast it twice every hour.
Okay.
Because a
Yes.
short rest is an hour, yes?
that's
Yes.
correct.
Okay.
So you can do that. Okay, and then when I wake up from my long rest, I'll have it twice again.
We can maintain flight.
Yes, we can.
You can.
Your math is a little off, though. You said you can cast 2 minor elementals in 1 hour. Is that correct?
The casting time is 1 minute. On a short rest, I get all of my Warlock spell slots back. I have 2 Warlock spell slots that function
Okay.
at 4th level.
That's perfectly fine. What's CR on the minor elemental? I think we talked about that being something that's sufficient to a 20-minute timer, which means
Yeah.
you're short there 20 minutes.
I
So,
am
hold on. Okay.
on
hi,
my own,
hi.
but not.
So
with
if we can
Matthias
store
Elf.
the elementals, can we store the elementals?
Yes,
Yeah.
up to 1 week. What? No, you
So
store
then
the
I
residue.
can just
You store the
conjure minor-
okay. No, you don't store the elementals. It's the residue from the elementals that you want. That's the fuel.
Yes.
You can store them up to a week.
Okay. But I can cast minor elemental 3 times before I take my long rest.
Yes.
And then he can get whatever he needs from those. And then I go into my long rest, which is 4 hours, and then I can do it again.
I see where this is going.
Minor elementals and 2 major elementals.
I see where this is going. Okay. I'm
It's fine,
assuming at
is
this
what I'm
point that Voldir is going to be the one that's piloting while you're resting. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. You would have in that timetable, because what you would have is let me check your work here.
You said it'll take 24
You've got
hours, right?
3. Okay, hang on. You've got I'm looking at the math here. So you've got 1 regular elemental cast, 2 minors, then 2 normals, then 2 minors, then a rest period, then 2 minors. Hang on. I'm looking at. Okay, hang on. 1 regular, 2 minors. 1 regular, 2 minors. Rest period, 2 minors.
Yes.
1. I've got the pattern. Okay. Hang on. I got.
I can cast minor 3 times.
Oh, you can cast minor 3 times. Okay. No,
can.
you're good. If you.
Arcana can cast it twice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So if that's the case,
So
then
we
yeah,
have
you've got
5
enough fuel.
bonus.
Yeah, you've got enough fuel anyway, even without the miners on your end, Octaya. You've got just enough without it, and then with it, you have a little bit more than what you need.
Okay, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, you will be fine if you take that pattern. All right.
Well,
So, is that
let's
the plan?
begin.
How convenient.
So, in that case, Octaya, are you casting the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. You cast Conjure Elemental to break up
So
a fire
excited.
elemental. Is that correct?
Yes.
and I'm assuming you pretty much immediately dismiss it as to get the residue. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And Magnus, you have the residue.
All right. I channel it into the engine.
Channel it into the engine.
Okay, and then Octavia is going to go into her short rest.
And at which point Voldir takes wheel. You've not taken off yet, at which point everyone who's on top deck, let me get that dexterity saving throw, please. No, strength saving throw, please. I'm sorry.
Do I have to roll?
Actually, let me do this. I'm sorry. It's going to be your greater of athletics. No, let's just make it better of strength or dexterity saving throw. Let's do it that way.
Do I have advantage?
You have. Why do you have advantage? What are you doing on this?
My glaive is stuck into the floor.
Please don't. I don't want it to break.
Yes, you do.
I don't need
You
advantage.
need me to roll this.
Yeah.
Strength only on that, Croesus. There you go. 21. Oh.
That's athletic.
Ross, you can do dexterity save if you so choose. If
Oh yeah, that's much better.
yeah, I was gonna say.
Remove negative.
I'm in my bed. So
Philnon's not been on this ship before.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. So
wait, does
Philnon,
the ship immediately start flying even though we're not going
No.
anywhere?
no, not yet, because it's got to take a little bit of time first, as it begins to sail. Octaya has set a course.
Can I speak something to the tube intercom thing?
Sure.
Secure all lifelines.
At which point, like halfway through that statement, the ship is already starting to take off,
Secure all lifelines.
and all rise.
And of course,
Imagine
I'm fiddling with machinery in the boiler room.
Yes. As Philon, having absolutely no idea what's about to happen, is tossed about and loses his footing and hits the side railing of the ship. He's going to take some damage on that. He's going to take 1 damage.
Okay, it's rounded. D&D is it rounded up or down, right?
I'm sorry?
D&D, it's rounded down, correct?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand what you said.
Hang on. Does my evasion count here?
No, not for
Ah.
this. Oh, wait, hang on. Subjected to an effect allows you to make his dexterity to take only half damage. You made a dexterity saving throw,
Yeah.
and you failed it.
So
Let's
do I
see.
take half damage?
Okay, so dexterity is only... Instead, you take no damage and only half if you fail. Let's see. You take... Well, 1 rounded down would be 0, so you take no damage. So yes, that is valid.
If I recall correctly, you're supposed to take some damage even on rounded downs. But
Okay, so in that case, you take 1. Either way, it's 1. If it was more than 1 damage, you could round it down, but no. We'll say 1 damage and that's it.
Okay.
Minimum damage. You still failed the throw. You got to take something. I agree with that. But you're not thrown off the ship. If you'd failed worse, maybe.
Oh boy. I look a bit stunned and confused and shake my head. All very new to everything here.
As you stand up, I need another dexterity saving throw from Philnon only.
Ah, come on.
There you go. Now you've got your footing. Takes you a minute, but it's like, oh. Croesus. Meanwhile,
I'm gonna
Croesus
story
is
after
trying.
this session.
Meanwhile, Croesus is trying to murder the ship. Can you blame him?
Yes.
I can't.
Why? You let it exist.
I did let it exist. I don't blame
Yes.
him for wanting to murder the ship. But that's from his perspective. I didn't say it was right or wrong. I just said from his perspective, I understand, and I don't blame him.
Curses, you say this, and you realize that Esper's still living in the ballast. So he just crawls up, what? Then crawls back down and goes back into the ballast.
Actually, Esper is unconscious.
Still? That's impressive.
Oh dear. That's not
Who's
good.
been... Wait.
Even
who's
better.
Who's on coma duty? Who's been feeding him and
No
changing his
one.
bed?
Oh, we signed a crew member on sure. You wouldn't have
yeah.
forgotten Esper.
The whole
I
party
figured
forgot.
you guys just tied him off the back like on a little raft and had him pulled behind you.
The whole party forgot Croesus. Excuse me, not Croesus. Forgot Wimtoss and Esper. Totally forgot.
Mentos is fine.
Wimtoss's shoes might not be fine, though.
If he's been standing next to Esper the entire time, I would not expect he wouldn't be. But anyway.
Anyway. The ship is in full flight and heading towards Everwind, as 1 hour has now passed, as you are now sailing high above Everbright University. Actually, just past it.
I am very unhappy.
There's a club
Okay,
for that,
sweet.
by the way.
I would like to take a moment to have a look around the ship.
All right.
Just
Can I begin my routine?
You begin your routine and begin to cast your things. You
Excellent.
get your residue. You've got 40 minutes worth of fuel there. By the way, you can put in the extra fuel into the thing now, if you so choose. It will not prevent you from. It will not. You won't lose any effectiveness. You can put it in now, and
Yeah,
not
that's,
lose.
I just wanted to continue adding to the fuel tank, and
Yeah.
as we continue using it,
Yep.
fall back.
Yep. So yeah, you put it in basically as you take flight. You go ahead and cast it. You've got your 20 minutes, 40 minutes in there. So an hour has passed at this point, Octaya.
Uh-huh.
Your short rest has ended.
Okay. So my level 5 spell slot is back.
All right. So I'm assuming you're casting your fire elemental,
Yes.
and you've got your thing, and you're back on. Let's see. It's gonna be. Yeah, you've got your extra hour, which when Magnus wakes up, you'll hand the residue over to him. So let's
Huh?
see, 40 minutes, that's gonna be an. No, that won't. Let's see, hang on, an hour. Let's see, hang on just a second, because, yeah, you went to sleep 40 minutes. So you've only been traveling an hour, that's correct. So you've got 4. You'll need somebody else. You'll need to put it in yourself, basically. You can't hand it to Magnus. You got to put it in yourself.
Yes. Yes.
I need a Constitution saving throw when you head down there.
Constitution saving roll.
Constitution save. Uh-oh. Octaya,
Oh
the
no.
is absolutely overbearing. You pass out below deck.
Oh no.
Do I notice this?
You're asleep. You don't know.
Oh,
Fuck, did
Short
anyone
rest
else
doesn't
see
mean
it?
It's not
sleep,
asleep,
does it? It
it's a
just means
short
light
rest.
activity.
Light activity. Are you taking a rest in the room, though?
Because that's...
I'd be nearby.
Okay, then if you're going to do that... The gods are not pleased with that Constitution saving throw, by the way.
Uh-huh.
That was a loud... If I drop, there's a lightning storm outside.
Oh god.
Yeah. Hey, I need a con saving throw from Magnus as well, if you're taking a rest inside the boiler room.
Not inside the boiler. There should be like a room nearby that isn't inside the boiler room.
Not on that deck, there's not.
Oh, of course.
The whole thing. This was made by an Ifrit. What do you want?
I want that cloak that I considered buying like 5 months ago that gave me resistance to fire.
This isn't fire that you're dealing with. It's heat. It's not fire, but same difference. Go ahead and make your roll.
It is a finely
Oh
split
boy, I
hair
wonder
you
what
have
this
there,
is
sir.
going to be.
Constitution
Gee.
saving. You'll have disadvantage on any checks then, as you take your short rest.
That's basically level of exhaustion, yes?
During your short rest only. So basically act as if you're taking exhaustion during your short rest. And then once your short rest finishes, then you're good.
Okay.
You see Octaya collapse due to the heat. She's not used to this.
Am I capable of helping her?
Yes.
I do so.
Give me a medicine check disadvantage. She's passed out there, Jim.
Take her out of the heat.
You take her out of the heat. You take her upstairs, basically, to the second, to the middle deck.
I place her in a chair.
You place her in a chair.
And do I come across him as I'm wandering about?
Sure.
Return and ask what happened to her.
By the way, your short rest has been interrupted with this activity.
Of course it does.
Sorry.
It's not your
So
fault.
rude.
Wait. Shoot. It's too late.
Ask what's going on.
Yeah, it's too
She's
late.
alright.
I was gonna cast Minor Elemental too. Oh damn it.
Yeah, it's too late. I can't retcon that. It's okay. You're
Let's
only
do it
passed
when
out
I
right now.
wake up.
You're only passed out. When you come to, you can do it.
By the way, how is this elemental residue being short-term contained? Is it like in a jar? Is it pudding?
You just throw it in the fuel
It's
container, and it burns a nice, pretty color.
Definitely.
Well,
pudding.
sure, but before we put it in the fuel tank, what does it look like? Is it a pile of ash? Is it just a small floating fire? Is it
To your eyes, it looks
Nickelodeon
like,
gack? Who knows?
wow. You know what? Just for shits and giggles, sure, it's gack.
I didn't want it to be gack.
Well, you mentioned it, and now it is.
The party makes fantastic ideas, doesn't it, Petrie?
I resent that.
Were badgers.
We're actually a
Arcana will
great
remember
plan.
this.
My point exactly. It's gack.
Okay,
I have no
this
knowledge of this alleged
semi-liquid
gag.
residue, I am going
It's
to
a
assume
red
is it-
residue.
Okay. This
Mhm.
semi-liquid red residue is,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm going to at least partially assume, is taking form of...
Red ectoplasm basically is what you can equate it to.
It's in a bowl or a jar or some kind of mason.
Sure, it's a jar. You can do that. It's
Okay.
in a jar.
That helps. Do I see her holding the jar of ectoplasm?
Yeah, she was. It didn't break.
Okay, can I take it from her?
Can take it from her, sure.
Okay.
Octaya, I'm going to say you're forced into at least a short rest here. As a result of failing the check.
Okay.
Sorry.
Magnus will take the jar and feed fuel to the fire, and it has more stuff. And Magnus, let's see, that's going to put you at another. The 40 minutes puts you right here. Oh, wait, no, not right there. The 40 minutes puts you right there. There you go.
Can
so
I
now you got
estimate
an
the
hour of
rate
fuel.
consumption versus rate of replenishment?
Yeah, give me an investigation check, please.
Okay.
That's number one.
Is this still at...
At
is it-
advantage, no, this will be at normal because disadvantage for your condition, but advantage based on your knowledge of the ship itself. So it
Understood.
counters itself out. 18. You can tell that it is consuming at different rates. You can tell the ones that you're summoning are being consumed much quicker than the one that Octaya put in there. At which point you can tell that her sample, different samples yield different results. Just like putting
Excellent.
unleaded versus premium. or the basic unleaded versus the premium stuff.
Right. My point, though, is it running at a deficit currently?
No, it is not running at a deficit. You put the new fuel in there. It looks like you're okay for now, but you don't want to get too aggressive with your driving distance. If you go up top, I'll need a second check in that case. This time it'll be a disadvantage because you have no knowledge of this. I need a disadvantage check for let me think about this for a second. Let's make it an investigation check again at disadvantage. This will be based on seafaring stuff.
Got it.
12.
That's
Yeah, you
23
don't-
though.
Yeah, I know, right? That nat 20. Well, you would probably think, if we can find a body of water here pretty soon, we might want to consider landing. We don't want to push it too far. Good news is that based on, you don't know exactly where you're at, but if your calculations were correct earlier, you think you've got enough fuel to get there with what you're on right now. But it's going to be close.
Better overestimate than underestimate. I will now...
When I say close, I mean like you'll get there and there's going to be like nothing left.
Right, so...
You'll be on empty.
I go back to take my short rest, not in the boiler room, like a sane person.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is this new? Anyway.
Or should it have been.
By the way, have you checked on your tentacle sample yet?
Short rest first, I'll deal with it later.
Later, fantastic. The DM is pleased with this choice.
Of course he is.
As resting is happening, and good news, the party has arrived in the port of Everwind.
After what, like 2 hours?
Two and a quarter. No, 2.5. Yeah, 2.5.
So
Land
that's
the
enough for a
ship.
short rest.
And so basically, what I'm going to say here is that short rest will be concluded at the time that you land in Everwind. So Octaya is back up and running.
Wait, where is that?
And Octaya is back up and running. And now, Magnus, you've had your short rest.
What time of day is it?
It is
Oh, there.
late afternoon, sun about to start setting.
Right,
No,
this is
I
the
mean-
same day as the trial. So, and
Yes.
that pretty much took the entire day.
If you ask me, I can tell you exactly what time, but that's just being an ass.
Yes, it is.
It is
Taylor.
currently 6:15
Right
and
now-
32 seconds.
Right now on the ship, it's 4:20.
It's eternally
Makes
420?
about right.
I mean, have you been to the boiler room, Rossi?
Yeah, we're definitely blazing the whole way.
That's one way of putting it, and I think that's an accurate way of putting it. By the way, Magnus only, could you do me a huge favor? I need an Arcana check from you when you wake up.
Oh boy.
When you go back to the boiler room, because I'm assuming you're heading there pretty quickly. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get an Arcana check from you, please.
I love making Arcana rolls. And this is at normal advantage,
You're
disadvantage?
at normal again.
Okay.
Yeah, you no longer have that exhaustion thing affecting you.
Okay.
24.
Yeah, what do I see?
You don't see anything. More of a feeling
Ba-ba-da-ba.
emanating from the pit of fire. It feels a little different.
Yeah.
When I say feels a little different, I don't mean physically feels different. That's not the right way of putting it. I mean more in terms of magically it feels a little different, as if its energies are shifting slightly. Not enough to be, enough to get your attention, but not enough to put your finger on exactly what it is. But there's like a slight like when the fire runs out of fuel, you can't really feel it until it's like you land and the fuel kind of dissipates. But you definitely feel it then. It's for a brief moment, and then it just subsides.
Do I have any idea what this could mean? Would this take time to interpret?
Let me first off get an investigation check from you.
Okay.
This would be at advantage based on knowledge of schematics.
Okay.
Ooh.
Natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You know, there might be an explanation for this. There's a couple theories that come to mind. First thought on this is that this didn't happen the first time you did the ship ran out of fuel. This is the first time the ship ran out of fuel. It didn't have this feeling. So this is a new feeling. This is a new kind of sensation coming from the ship. This is not the feeling kind of fills you with a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for?
Dread?
Dread would be the wrong word. I would say
Hope.
Concern. Not quite as strong as dread. Maybe a little bit of goosebumps, but you kind of shake it off as, nah, it couldn't possibly be. But you get the faintest sense. You get the faintest sense that somehow the ship itself is like the fuel itself, what you originally thought of as fuel, is not really fuel. It's more of like a reaction, so to speak. It creates something else, and it creates some form of a combination alchemical and magical reaction.
Okay.
The alchemical side of it is not what bothers you. It's the magical side of it. You can't quite put your finger on it, and it's going to take some time. Actually, you don't have that knowledge, if memory serves me correct. Let me think back. Give me a second. You might have that knowledge, actually.
Clarify.
Let me think through this. Give me a second.
He's trying to ask what else going on in it.
No. I'm trying to put this in a context for your character. To your specific character. You know how, like, when you witness Octaya summon her elemental? Not when you summon yours, but when she summons hers?
Yeah.
And it kind of creates this magical energy that kind of rips through what feels like the fabric, the veil, basically, and it just pulls something through it.
Yeah.
You're kind of getting that same feeling from the fire pit when you put the fuel in there, but it almost seems like it's creating a two-way portal through there, if that makes sense.
Nice.
Which is really, really weird. It's not very big. It's very small. Nothing physical can get through it. But it kind of has that same feeling, almost as if it's borrowing energy from another plane. Or taking energy, or using energy from another plane to fuel the ship.
Does it feel like that tear whatever it is has gotten larger or smaller?
No, it's completely disappeared once. It completely disappears after the fuel expires. It's there for a brief second by itself. So the alchemical component that was kind of overpowering it to begin with isn't masking it. You sense it for just a moment, and then it's gone. Like the tear is gone.
So it was temporary.
Your character with that natural 20 could assume that the fuel causes the tear, which then allows the ship to fly.
Okay. So it's not necessarily that the reagent that we are putting into the engine is causing it to burn and cause the engine to run.
Correct.
Okay.
It's not the alchemical reaction. The alchemical reaction causes the magical reaction, and the magical tear brings through energy that allows it to fly. It's rather complicated and whatnot. Long story short, this ship flies on magic from another realm or another plane, however you want to put it.
Okay, so this might be able to be streamlined a little bit.
Maybe.
Research for another time. Let's continue.
Okay. Research for another time. Okay. I'll get to that as the party's doing things. Party, what are we doing now that we've landed in Everwind?
Am I awake yet?
Yeah, you're awake. As I mentioned before, it took about an hour to get there, so you consider yourself as if you've had a short rest, but you don't regain the spell slots again.
Great.
Yeah. Everybody's awake.
How high up are we?
No, you're on the water.
Okay, well, as we were landing, I'd go up to the deck and have a look out at the town. Or
Yeah, you look around, you're near a dock. You're on water. You're no longer flying. Hang on with that, Marasi.
Okay.
Hang on with that just a second.
Just preparing to leave.
Hang on. There you go.
Good to know.
You arrive in the Everwind dock. It is sunset at this point. Same day, I might add.
So we've got overnight to be here.
Yes.
That's nice.
You know what we need?
What do we need?
Well, I don't know about you, but I need to go find a bar in this town. It's been a long couple of days. I was almost killed. You guys were almost
I
killed.
agree.
Perception check, Marasi and Octaya.
Excellent.
You know what? Can I join them?
Sure, perception check.
I have rolled twice today. And I rolled once.
It's
20
okay. I got you.
from Octaya. 15, Octaya.
I mean, I am a bard. Yeah, I found a mirror. You're right. I have been so distracted. Okay, so full disclosure, you guys. talking to Joaquin a little bit on the ship. Also, good to see Hayden again. Contemplating having almost died recently. There's been a lot on my mind. So I don't know where the bar is in this town. They might also know where the bar is in this town.
Good news, Octaya knows where there are 2 bars. 2 of them are good bars, as opposed to those piss swill bars that nobody gives a shit about. 2 good ones.
Classy bars.
These are okay. They may not be the classiest of bars. They're average looking bars with good drink. You be relatively left alone in there if you so choose, or there's enough of a crowd where you can make a scene if you want to. Yeah, one of them, just because I now want to play off this. Classier bars are the ones where you can take classes in. No. How to get drunk in 15 seconds or your money back?
15 seconds? You're doing it wrong. Yeah, mixology classes. Those are things.
That's why you make your own drinks and then get drunk. 15 seconds.
You're doing drinking wrong if that's how easy it is. Like, I don't think you can get a hamster drunk in 15 seconds, so...
Yeah, it takes longer to actually digest the alcohol or have the
Anyway.
effective system. Anyway!
I am...
Biology
If
says
you're
no.
injecting the alcohol
There's
directly
something-
into your liver,
Oh.
then that might.
Well, no, if you did it directly in your bloodstream, you would, actually.
I
there
find
you
it
go.
amusing that
Yeah.
people are taking my exaggeration as if I'm saying fact. Go on.
You are the god of this world! Everything you say is a fact!
He has a point.
Croesus is a gentleman and a scholar.
Yes.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Yes.
Excuse you.
God lies.
Excuse you, he's a learned man. He opened a book and his ability to stab things got greater. Do you doubt this?
Yes,
This is a true story.
I doubt all the things.
Scholars have many forms, and there is such a thing as the art of war.
Anyway, moving on. Yeah, there would be a couple bars nearby. One of them is the one of them would be, you know what? Just for shits and giggles, it'll be the Glass Bard, just because I can.
Oh dear.
Because you're trying to find the bar. The other one, doesn't have a name. It's just kind of that place where people go. The ones who know, go.
And you were able to spot it.
Octaya knows just because she's been there. She's one of the cool kids. She knows what's up.
I
Hello.
see.
Yeah. The bar that doesn't have a name. It's kind of there, and you kind of have to know someone who knows someone to get in. And Octaya, you know someone who knows someone to get in. It's the cool kids bar.
You know yourself twice because you own the place.
Wow.
This'll work.
I'm gonna quote that.
The bar must not be named. We have to go there now. Does it have a nose? Now you're getting ridiculous.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, how kind.
All right. So, Octaya, which bar are you taking them to?
Can we take a vote?
Sure. You can take whatever you want.
A vote? A vote? Party, which bar do you want to go to?
Democracy, democracy.
I say you go to the cool bar.
Next thing you know, we'll be giving our horses a vote, too.
And we could go to both bars. Nothing's saying we can't go to both bars.
Bro?
There's a reference there.
I
Anyway,
caught it.
Thank you. Cool bar is my vote.
I agree.
Next thing you know, they'll send the hero back to the wall. ungrateful sods.
I would like to go to the cool bar, but I would like to be pointed out where it is first.
I'll tell you,
Does-
you'd be able to point him out to where the bar is, but there's a slight complication with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a in the know sort of thing. So if he decides to kind of blab it out, you're kind of honor bound to I'm not gonna say a word unless you want to say it.
Say it.
First rule of the cool bar is
That.
the cool bar.
If he does something, like,
I missed it. Who?
Check your whispers.
I saw, but who?
Anyone who decides to blab about it.
Blab about the bar?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Choose your next action.
This seems bad.
No, it's fun. It's fun.
But my curiosity.
let's just go to the other bar.
What happened to the cool bar with no name?
Oh, buddy, you don't want to go there.
What?
You just
Do
mentioned
we
it was cool.
in character know about this bar?
Octavia
I
knows
know
about the bar.
something. Well, hold on. Okay, hold on. Octavia in character will ask the party, can you keep your mouth shut?
Yeah.
Let's go to the other bar.
No, I'm a terrible liar.
No,
Are you
it's
not are you not wanting deception, or are you just saying no? I'm a terrible liar.
No, I'm saying I'm a terrible liar.
Oh, okay.
But he's doing it with a deception roll, so everybody will convince that he's actually lying, and he's a great liar.
What, do you want me to roll persuasion on that?
The greatest con game ever.
New idea.
Damn, I could make
New
that work.
idea. Anyone who thinks they can't keep their mouth shut should follow me to the first bar, the non-cool bar. And anyone who thinks they can keep their mouth shut should follow me to the second bar.
We're
It'll
splitting
be
the
like on a
party.
train. I'll drop you off and then I'll come back and pick you up.
Bar crawl, bar crawl.
Bar crawl.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to go back to the ship for a bit.
We're
Okay.
still on the ship. You can't go back to the ship when you're
I
still
thought
on
we
the
got
ship.
off-
Back to where you are.
He can go back to
I
the
Fantastic.
ship
had it
if
in
he
my
wants
head
to.
that we were off the ship.
Yeah, we were about
Yeah,
to
you
get
are,
off,
but you
we
can
got
go.
off.
Yeah, but you can get back on the ship. You're just kind of at the dock. Is all.
Yeah,
You're-
'cause
you're not
I have
even-
2 things I want to do.
So Magnus going back to the ship.
Yeah. But I
Who's
didn't want
going-
to interrupt anyone.
Okay. So we got Magnus staying on the ship. Who's going to the first bar?
So can I ask, are there any shops still open, or are they closed now?
You got time to get to one shop before they close.
Sure. Are there any sort of weapon shops about?
Perception check.
Okay.
$18. Yes, and if you hurry, you can get there in time.
Okay, I go rushing down there, and then I should have my equipment over here.
Do you spend your key to dash?
You won't need to get there in time.
Bah.
I won't make him. He's got time.
Yeah.
Anyone with at least 30 movement speed can get there in time.
And do you want me to just skip the roleplay and say what I'm buying?
No, we're gonna take care of it. Oh, we're gonna get to you in
Okay.
just a second here. Who's going to the? So you're rushing off. I'm assuming everybody else bar crawl is happening right now. We're not waiting for Philnon, right?
Nope.
All right, not waiting on Philnon. Who's going to bar 1? Bar 1 going once. Bar 2 going twice. Who's going to the cool
Wait.
kids? What?
You said bar 1 going once, bar 2 going twice.
No, bar 1 going once, bar 1 going twice.
Somebody said.
So, who's going to the cool kids bar?
Me.
I am.
You gotta keep your mouth shut, or bad things are gonna happen.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Don't
Probably
make me
forgot
kill
about it.
you. Keep your mouth shut.
Is not telling us about the bad things also part of the secret?
Yes.
Can we know what the bad things will be once we get to the bar?
No,
I
that's
know
not
about it already?
required to keep that a secret. If you show them the bar, Octaya.
Interesting. Okay.
So you once they're in, they're also bound to it.
Got it. Okay. So, like, here's the things, my dudes. I'm gonna switch in character. Anyway, in character.
Mhm.
If you tell anyone about this bar after I show it to you, I will have to kill you and/or cut out your.
You cut off, but I'm not sure I want to hear the end of that sentence.
Probably tongue.
Most likely.
You will have to die if you tell anyone else about this bar who cannot keep the secret.
What about you?
Whoa, I didn't say you had to kill them. I just said you had to silence them.
Well, that's why I said kill them and/or cut out
Yeah.
your tongue.
Yeah, no, that okay. Yeah, and or could be and could porque no los dos.
And.
Porque no los dos.
So is this the bar with all the silver hand assassins go to?
Nope,
Got it.
nope, not a
It's
bit.
the Continental then. From the Wick movies.
The bar
It's-
doesn't actually have any rule. Like, I just likes to like threaten people with murder.
Oh,
It's-
fair.
I was
No,
gonna,
I'm
say,
joking.
I was gonna say it's the Starbucks. I mean, hi.
It's actually just the Starbucks.
Could be. We don't know yet. We're not
Where's
there
the
yet.
Starbucks? No one knows.
Sorry,
I just wanted my morning coffee.
sorry, inside joke.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
it's definitely the Starbucks. See, I didn't connect it to that, but yeah, it's definitely the Starbucks now.
So,
I'm just gonna stay on the ship.
Okay, so
Okay.
the Cool Kids Club. So let's get to the Cool Kids Club in just a second as Phildon reaches his destination first, gets in there just in time with literally a couple of minutes to spare. Phildon, you're in there. Shopkeep looks the smith looks at you. Oh, we're closing soon. What you want?
Yeah, got any bows?
Got any
Short bow.
bows? What? Sorry,
Short bow.
bow. You said
Short bow.
short bow. What do you think we are? Some kind of Fletcher? Nah, you want that shop down the road.
Do I have time?
Barely have enough time. You gotta hustle.
I hustle down there.
spend your key.
And I'd also like just to, can I ask, are the buildings in such a way that I could run across the walls of the buildings?
Won't need to. It's just basically down the corner.
Okay.
Take a right. It's right there.
And I make a run for that building.
You get in there like seconds before it closes.
And then the person working on the desk is just sighing as another customer comes in before he could probably close the door.
Yeah, they hadn't closed up yet. They're not locking up shop, but they're like kind of moving things around to kind of put things into close status. But you walk in, it's like, oh, hello there. We're closing soon, but I can help you if you'd like.
Yes, can I ask for a short bow, please?
Yeah, just take a look over there, see what you want. Hope you don't mind. I'm in the process of closing out, so if you don't mind, please see yourself over there and take a look. And if you have any questions, just let me know.
Apologies for the disturbance.
He nods.
Okay, so
You look over there. Just some standard short bows. Nothing special. Nothing out of the ordinary. So you are currently in Everwind. Yeah, just standard short bows. Nothing special over there.
Sure. They all looking decent, like condition that doesn't like I'm buying a lemon or anything?
Every one of them looks like they were carved by hand in this store or in this shop. They don't look like they're manufactured or pre-made. Like they still have a little bit of that sawdust that's still on them when you freshly when you do woodwork. A little bit of that stuff on there, so you know it hasn't been invented in this world.
Ah, let's say these are some fine bows there. How much do they go for?
Oh, that's a good question. You looking for how many? Just one?
Yeah, just one short bow, and also if I can get 20 arrows for it. Does that
20
come with a quiver?
Yeah, it'll come with a quiver. 20 arrows and one short bow. You said, is that correct, sir?
Yes, please.
Very good. Let me just get your total here. Oh, let me turn off this one because you're no longer flying now. There we go. And you're in town now, so I should probably have the town music. That would help. Let's see. Try that again. Okay. One bow and 20 arrows. One bow and 20 arrows. Here, let me also get some town things. There we go. That'll be good. One bow, 20 arrows. Short bow. Okay, we can call it that. That's fine. Short bow will be 30 gold. Let me make sure. No, I'm sorry. Short bow is 40 gold. I'm sorry. Short bow is 40 gold. I'm sorry, I had it backwards. I forgot. Yeah, because of the thing. Yeah, short bow is 40 gold. The arrows are. Let me pull it up here. Should be 1 gold for 20. Yeah. Yeah. The arrows. 20 arrows, 1 gold, so 41 gold in total.
And they know I'm a monk. I'm not exactly most well off.
You want to negotiate here? Is that what you're trying to do?
If I give you a hand to help to clean up, is there any you could bring it down a bit?
Persuasion check, please. $15. What are you trying to negotiate down to?
Well, I just want to check if you don't mind talking out of character here. Are you going by the book here, Liz, or?
There's a partial part. The way that I've normally gone is the sales price is the book, and the buy price is over the book.
Right, because I'm looking at the book here, and the book
right.
says.
I know that. That's the sale price. That's if you sell it to the shop is the way I've been operating through the campaign.
Gotcha.
The purchase price would be over it. That's how I've been operating.
I see.
This whole campaign.
Because the shopkeepers buy low and sell high.
Right. Say,
I might also be throwing around a lot of gold in this campaign for certain activities by certain characters.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Shall we say 35 for the lot?
35. Yeah, I could do 35.
Okay, and then I'd like to give him a handshake and pass over the gold.
He accepts it graciously. He gets the quiver from the back, loads it with 20 arrows. Hands you one of the short bows, and yeah, there you go. Add one short bow and 20 arrows.
And ask him if he would like any help closing up shop.
Oh, I greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
And so I spend a bit of time helping him close up.
All right, let's move to the cool kids party now. As what? Magnus, what's up?
Yeah, before cool kids party happens, may I interject?
Sure.
It's fine if not. But, you said that there was those tentacles are still on the mid deck, right?
Now he remembers. I don't know. Did you have them in the mid deck or the bottom deck? I can't remember.
Well, they certainly weren't in the engine room.
They weren't in the engine room. Okay. There goes my fun. Yeah, they're in the mid deck. Probably they would have been in the prisoner room. No,
Yep,
you took it out of the prison. No,
They
you
went
took
to
it out
his
of the prisoner
lab.
room. They went to his lab. They went to his lab.
You
Why don't
could
you
have
check
said
your lab?
nothing. You could have said nothing.
But I want to be helpful, and I remember everything.
Rossi's helpful.
Thank you, Marasi. I appreciate you, Marasi. What's in the lab?
It's your lab with all your stuff and your research materials.
I opened the
And-
door slowly.
It's your lab. Nothing seems to be off here. Roll perception check.
It's on the ceiling.
12. Looks normal.
I look left.
You look left. It's a wall.
I look right.
There's your lab.
Yep. I look to the floor.
It's a floor.
I look to the ceiling.
It's a ceiling. Y'all paranoid.
Of course I'm paranoid because there's something in here that no longer is.
No, there. It's there. The tentacle is there. It's right over there.
Okay. It would have been... At least I would have put it on some kind of cutting board or small flat piece of wood.
I was gonna say I was thinking you kind of put it on ice, or well, not ice, but that you would have done something with it to preserve it.
Yeah, I like that idea better.
That's kind of how I envisioned it.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I wasn't aware that I had any...
You
Preserve.
kind of can with spells. You can extend to some degree with some
That's a
spells.
good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Like with a ray of frost or something like that. You could do something along those lines. Keep it on ice, so to speak. If you have those spells, or can convince Octaya to do it.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna just go with the fact that I can't convince anyone to do anything for me because it's
Got it.
probably eventually malicious. Who knows?
I would like to point out
It's
we
on a
got
cutting
through-
board. On a cutting board. The crew doesn't know Ray of Frost, by the way. Nor any cold spells. Anyway, proceed. It's on a cutting board. It's still there.
I carefully lift the cutting board off of the bench.
Yeah, you
Okay.
left the cutting board. It's a cutting
Okay.
board still.
Yeah, with a bit of tentacle on it.
I mean, that's an important detail, but yeah.
Would I... Are there any metal lockboxes on the ship? Would I know of any?
Lockboxes?
Yeah, any full metal containers.
What are you, an alchemist or something?
Well, a little bit actually. You did say I could eventually get proficiency in the alchemy kit, so I mean,
Oh, god damn it. We're gonna have to talk later.
I've been wanting to talk for ages.
No, there would not be any. Not like that.
Hmm.
That was not in the schematics.
That's
Yeah, I can't retcon that in, sorry.
no, that's completely fine.
Yeah.
It was more.
By the way,
Oh, wait a
Magnus,
second.
Magnus, hold that thought. I need a dex save from you, please. That's the sound of dice.
I noticed.
That's the one I wanted in particular. Oh boy, we're starting off strong. We're finishing strong. Magnus. First off, I got some bad news for you.
I'm
You
in
know-
danger.
You know that cutting board you've been holding with the tentacle on it? The cutting board's fine. The tentacle's caught fire though. As it quickly catches fire on the cutting board, you can't release it in time. You take 6 fire damage.
How?
You
Okay.
you drop the cutting board.
Mm-hmm.
Part of your lab catches fire.
I like this. Okay. Fire blanket.
Do you have one?
I would assume I would.
Okay,
I mean,
fair. You're in a
kind
lab.
of the god of this universe. You decide.
You're kind of in a lab. Yeah, you would probably. Yeah. Yeah. I'll allow it. Yeah. You start. Yeah. You grab one. Try to smother the fire.
Yeah. And my spell repertoire's just
Evens
shit.
and odds. That was cocked. It extinguishes.
Okay.
The tentacle, however, is extra crispy.
Yeah, that's about as expected. That's kind of what I was looking for, a metal container.
You also see something else. What appears to be the hand, well, a severed hand, on top of the crispy tentacle.
Can I take that fire blanket and do something with it in
Sure.
conjunction with the tent? Okay, I grab the corners of the fire blanket and just kind of tie it in a knot with the tentacle inside.
Tentacle. The hand as well, or no?
Oh yeah, I don't want to know what that's about.
Okay. You take the tentacle in the hand in the blanket. You put the biscuit in the basket. What are you gonna do with it? Bless you.
Thank you.
Can I have a minute to figure that out? Time for the bar.
Sure, let's go to the cool kids bar. Sure, let's go to the cool kids bar. Going from hot to cool. Octaya, aren't you glad you're missing what's going on that ship right now?
Yes.
Just want to say after I've done my errands, I'm headed back to the ship.
Okay. Going to the cool kids bar. You open the door. You go to the bar. It's the same door that you remember. I'm assuming you're seeking entry to the bar. Is that correct, Octaya?
Yeah.
Yeah. You knock on the door.
Mm-hmm.
There's no answer
Uh-huh.
for about 15 seconds.
Uh-huh.
Then you see kind of a door slit open up. You see a pair of eyes there. Oi, what you want?
Let's be let in.
Who is this?
Octaya.
Hold on.
Do you know the
Slit
speakeasy
closes.
password?
Maybe they know me.
The door opens as she says that. Literally, as she's saying they know me. So, yeah.
Octaya will walk in.
Follow.
The door shuts right behind Octaya. You're inside and you see the man who was he's basically the bouncer. Expecting to only see you in there, and apparently there are a couple of obviously you've got people with you. He's kind of looking at you like, kind of giving you that are they with you kind of look.
Uh-huh.
Door opens again, lets you both in.
Nice.
Shuts the door behind you. By the way, because Marasi and Phil, no, it's not Marasi Phil. It's Marasi and Croesus, who have not been here before. The two of you would see that
Hang
there
on,
are.
Zach. Is Remy here?
Remy is not here right now. Not in chat.
Okay. In that case,
I'm going to
let's
assume
go on.
Remy's on the ship.
Sounds good.
You would see about 5 locks there. on the door.
Hmm.
All different.
Alright then.
Octaya, you've seen these locks before. They just love their locks, and they're a little paranoid about this. But I don't know, who knows why. You wouldn't possibly know. Nobody would possibly know why anybody would
You'd
be
think
paranoid
this
about
place
this
is in the
bar.
red light district.
You'd think maybe.
It
Could
be.
you never know? You never know. You see the bar is about a quarter full right now. There's some people at the bar. There's a couple people at some tables. It's not full, but it looks like everybody's kind of minding their own business. See a barkeep. You see two waitresses. No, excuse me, two barkeeps and a waitress in there. You definitely smell some food being cooked in the back. So there is a cook on staff here tonight. That's a good thing. There's not always a cook on staff, Octaya. So that must mean that they've got something good going on today. And yeah, there you go. It's relatively quiet in here right now, though.
Hmm. How early in the evening is it?
It's sunset right now.
Exactly.
So it's not rowdy in here at all. It's like the before the crowd arrives kind of vibe in here. Happy hour's just about done. So, what are you going to do?
Order a drink.
At the bar or at a table?
Table.
Table, okay. You grab yourself a table, big enough for all three of you. Make sure to get one a little higher, because Croesus is a little bigger than he needs leg room. So he's gonna sit down. You find a table. Waitress comes up. Oh, what can I get you, lasses?
Shoot. What is the equivalent of vodka?
Vodka.
Vodka.
The equivalent of saying that in here is just give it to me straight.
Excellent. Give it to me straight. Love that.
There you go. That's basically the equivalent of you don't want anything mixed with your alcohol. You want the good stuff.
Wes, have you invented?
You want the shots. You want the shots at a good shot.
He has invented bar, can't. I love it.
What now?
I was just saying that you invented bar, can't. Just with that nonsense.
Yep,
This
I'll
might
have what
be a
she's
thing.
having.
What can I get for you, lad?
Whoever's worth locking all the locks.
What? Say that again. Sorry.
Closest sees locks. He's wondering what drinks you have that's worth those locks.
She just kind of grins. I'll be right back with that. Did you just see the biggest smile on her face? And Octaya, you know what she's coming back with. You know what she's coming back with. You kind of get this feel. It's like, oh, he has no idea what he just said.
It's going to be, and wait for it, a screwdriver.
No, it's even better.
I see. Oh,
Even better. Because what's going to happen? If she's gonna go, and she's gonna go back to where the barkeep is. She's gonna relay the order to one of the barkeeps, and he kind of gets a chuckle out of whatever she's telling him, and just kind of nods and starts making a drink. What appears to be making a drink for Croesus, and then just pulls out a bottle and pours out 2 shots. And she brings them back, and Octaya and Marasi get a couple shots, one for each of you. And Croesus, you've got this weird concoction in front of you. It's a drink. It's got some different colors to it. It's in a kind of a slender glass. Looks kind of got some red and an orange and yellow kind of look to it. It kind of almost looks like tie-dye in a sense, the way it kind of mixes together. But it's in a tall glass, a very slender glass though, and it's I mean, it looks nice.
Okay. I'll go in and drink it.
Constitution save disadvantage, please.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
I sense shenanigans from you.
You asked for what makes them lock the
Ooh.
doors, man.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. That you're hanging in there with that drink. That's I mean, you take one sip of that, it's like, wow. It's some good shit right here. They ain't holding back on the alcohol on this one. That's some good shit. You're not drunk though. You're holding your liquor down here, Croesus.
I see. What about those two ladies?
That's a good question. Let me go ahead and get your first shot down. That's a Constitution saving throw for each of you at normal. 21 is perfectly fine. Marasi, you've not drank alcohol like a straight shot in a little while. You getting a little, feeling a little bit. You a little buzzed.
Yeah.
A little buzzed.
Yep. This was a
Can I
good
get y'all-
idea, Taya.
Can I get y'all anything else while you're here? While I'm here,
Another round.
another round
I'll have
for all
chips.
three of you. You have what?
Chips.
Ooh, chips.
Chips.
Ooh. Enough chips for the table.
You know, it's like a potato, but you cut it into little pieces and then you fry those.
She goes to the back. And she brings out what appears to be kind of a light brown type of cracker substance. It's not quite cracker though. A little different consistency. It almost looks like what you're talking about, but not quite.
Okay,
It's like a golden, not quite light brown. It's like golden brown. Kind of looks like what you're asking for, but it doesn't have that same consistency of a chip.
How viscous is it?
It's almost like they're bringing out. How shall I put this? It's almost like a thick cut chip. Like these aren't like just,
French
they're
fry.
almost not quite French fry though. Not quite a French fry. Not quite. This is almost like these are like very specifically in like diced triangles in a sense, almost like tater tots, but not quite.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll have one.
You have one. It's surprisingly good. It's a little salty, but not too salty. Tastes like a really nice fried potato. Not quite a chip, but it's still pretty good. Goes good with your alcohol, I'll say that much.
Duly noted.
By the way, do note that your drink is a little spicy there, Croesus.
Well, that's interesting.
Not like overly spicy, but spicy in a good way spicy. Like, gives it a nice kick without being overpowering.
This isn't an actual drink, is it?
I mean,
In real life?
jalapeno margaritas exist. Yeah, they do.
It's funny you
I
should
was
mention
thinking
that.
Bloody Mary.
I've sat
I was-
near one. I didn't,
It's
I didn't-
funny.
I had to
It's
sip
funny
it.
you should mention that because Croesus, when you finish your drink, there are actually 2 jalapenos at the bottom of your drink.
Hey, right in one.
I mean,
Better than a toe.
Like muddled jalapenos, along with a couple other things down there that you don't recognize.
duly noted. Also, our character, they don't really blend well with other substances. You have to actually eat the jalapenos themselves.
That's
Like,
fine. This is a fantasy world. Shit doesn't
listen.
always make sense.
Listen, I'm just saying this because my mother got ice cream that had vanilla ice cream with jalapeno in them, and they didn't bother cutting them up very well, so it was just like bland ice cream with jalapenos in them.
Yeah. No, this isn't a whole jalapeno. This is a jalapeno slice.
I see.
So this is
I
2
see.
jalapeno slices. Like,
Okay.
just, yeah, this is not a whole jalapeno. That
I
would be
see.
madness if they were whole jalapenos. I mean, they could be, but, they're not.
That would require another lock on the door.
That would require a 6th lock. They're not that crazy.
I see.
It's a really good drink, though.
I like it. Just munch away on the chip.
Okay. How's everything?
Do we have our second shot yet, out of curiosity?
She brings the second shot and asks that,
Do
yeah.
we have the
Drink.
kind of tater tots?
Yeah, you still have it. You're munching on those.
Yes.
Everybody has them. They're for the whole table. It's like a large bowl worth of those. Shareable.
Cool.
You want a con save?
For the next drink, yeah.
Ooh.
Hey.
Oh, Rossi. So both of y'all are buzzed now. Rossi holding her drinks down now. She just gets her buzz on early. Then that's when she can really hold her liquor afterwards. She just needs to get that nice buzz going first. Then she's like, yeah, man, what's up?
Decent con save.
Yeah. Croesus got second. Ooh, Croesus now with a buzz.
Sounds good to me.
Croesus is like, wow. Second one, That's still good stuff, man. That's still good stuff. It's starting to get to you, though, a little bit, Croesus.
Duly noted.
Everyone in the group is now buzzed. Can I get you any more food while I'm here? We've got a nice house special today.
Oh, what is it?
Well, we have a recently we had a prize cow which finally came of age, and when we put her to pasture, we had saved the best parts of meat, the best parts of it, for this wonderful beef and stew combination. We don't use like the flank part. I know some of these other bars out here they use whatever they can get.
Right.
We use the good stuff. We use the stuff. And she kind of in the air kind of draws a picture of a cow very crudely, and she points right to the middle of it. She said that part.
Just tell me this. Does it
Implying-
have anything from the ocean in it?
Not a bit.
Cool. Sounds good.
Shall I get one of those for the whole table then?
Surprise me.
Surprise you. Do you want another shot as well?
Yes.
No.
No, just the surprise drink.
Okay, one shot for the last here. Looks at Marassi, and a beef and stew for the whole table. She goes off and she puts the order in the back, and she gets the shot for Marassi.
Well,
Marassi, you have a third shot here.
Sweet.
while the waiter ran off after giving that shot. Of course, this is just going to go in a low whisper. So, what was that about the tongues? They keep them. You said that?
Hmm?
I think I'll be skipping the special today.
Marasi, you are quite drunk right now.
Alright, skipping the special. It's not like it's got tentacles in it. So it should be fine.
Raises an eyebrow. Would you like to at least see the stew before you say that?
Yeah, I'll look at it when I eat it. Just when you're supposed to look at it. It's not ready before then.
Alright, then.
The waitress comes, the waitress comes back. It'll be about 8 minutes for you here.
Sure, thank you.
Now, I did order a surprise drink.
Ah, yes, that's coming out in just a couple minutes.
Okay,
We got somebody making that for you right now.
excellent.
And she goes back to the bar. She picks up a drink, and she brings back a drink for you. This is a different drink from what Croesus ordered
Uh-huh.
before. This drink has kind of looks like a Bloody Mary.
Yuck.
Not as red though. Seems to be much lighter color of red. It does have a celery stick in it though.
Uh-huh.
But it does seem to be a Bloody Mary type of drink, but not quite Bloody Mary.
Is it just Bloody Hold the Mary?
Oh, I see what you did there. No, it's not that.
Okay, I'll roll a Constitution save.
Okay, this will be a normal Constitution save. Yeah. This is not one of those drinks. 21. Yeah, you're good. Still buzzed, but hang. You hold your drinks down well. You listen. You've been around a few bars in the past. You know what's up.
So what did it taste like?
A much lighter taste than you were expecting. It's not overly powerful, but it's like, it's got a little bit of it's got a hint of, it's actually not. Let me put it this way. I'm trying to think of how to explain this. Hang on. It's a mix of tomato and almost like tomato and what's the word I'm looking for? Hang on. I'll get back to you on that one. Hang on. Just keep going for right now. I'll get back to you on that one. Basically, it's like a lighter Bloody Mary with another flavor mixed in as well.
Okay.
But let me get back to you on that.
And before that mixed flavor is tentacle. Anyway,
No, it's not.
Akaya would note she didn't eat any of the tentacle. Anyway.
Happily.
No, but she knows that Voltaire cooked it, and Marasi had issues afterwards.
Yes. Anyway. What's the plan after delivering the thing?
And the food comes out, by the way.
Okay.
And it's basically a nice kind of a 4-ounce piece of steak with some beef stew as well. Got a little bit of diced like a sliced potato, with what appears to be some light, with like kind of a light cheese kind of a sauce, very light. And couple slices of tomato as well. And that is a meal for all three of you.
Excellent.
Can I get you anything else? Another drink, perhaps?
I'm done.
I'm probably good.
Here's my canteen. Empty it out and pour in the third one of that.
One of what? One of what? Sorry, just making sure.
The drink that I had before.
She kind of looks at the canteen. She kind of gives a nod to that. She's like, give me a few minutes on that one, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes back to the bartender and she kind of explains what you want there. And he's like, he kind of gives that puzzling look, like kind of like a, are you sure kind of look?
Closest is sure, yes.
And she's kind of waving off, like, nah, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. And she just kind of shrugs and starts kind of mixing something up for you there, Croesus.
Now would be a good time to ask just exactly how big my canteen is.
You know the drink that you had earlier, Croesus?
Yes?
About 3 times that size.
Okay, that's fine. That's kind of what I figured.
Yeah, that glass that you could hold holds about 8 ounces of liquid. Well, between 6 to 8 ounces. Your canteen holds about 24 ounces of liquid.
Sounds good.
Okay, so it's going to take a few minutes. She eventually gets that to you here, Croesus. Anything else I can get for you?
No. Just
Great.
the check.
Oh, very good. And she hands you the bill.
It's 4 figures and in gold pieces.
The bill shows there were 5 shots ordered. Correct? No, 6 shots ordered. Correct?
I had 3, Octaya had 2, and she had the Bloody Mary thing.
Oh, she had the Bloody Mary. That's right. Yeah. So you had 5 shots. The Bloody Mary thing. The So what they're listed as is 5 straight, 1 red, 2. No, excuse me. It says 5. 5 and the wording it says on there, Croesus, if you look on it, it says Dragon's Legacy.
Okay. I like it.
And it's 3 beef and beef. Grand total. So it says, hey, the shots are going to be a gold apiece.
Okay.
The red is 2 gold. The drinks that Croesus had are listed at 3 gold each for a total of 15. And the food is 2 gold each. So grand total, as I'm counting that up, 15 plus 6 plus
Whoa.
2, so 21, 23, 28. 28 gold.
I say Croesus pays for his own, but I will pay for Marossi.
Oh. I was about to pull 5 gold out of my bag, so okay.
Since Croesus is expensive.
This is expensive today.
Alright, put them gold down.
Okay, so what do I owe you if we're not including Croesus?
You owe, it's 28 gold in total, so you owe 11 on that bill. All right.
Nice.
She nods and goes about her business. I think this is a good place to stop right here. We will pick this back up next week. We end it with a good meal and a drink and a nearly burnt down lab. And Magnus will have plenty of time to figure out what he's going to do with a severed hand and a tentacle.
Can
There's a story behind that.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm gonna figure it out later. Can I ask a question before
You'll
we
have to
sign
ask it
off?
off. You'll have to ask that off. You'll have to ask it off stream, Marossi. I hate to push, but take us out, please.
That's
Alright. That will be it for today. Nice. It's been a while since we've been in a bar party. So that will work out well. We'll be at it next week. Potentially an answer on where Ned has gone, and we're gonna meet up with Hayan and give him the package for what's his face, Vamir. So take care of more stuff. Not have to go to bed with Estelle, which is nice. I think at some point we need to go check on Ro and see how they're doing over there. But maybe we'll do that later. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.